Ram. So today we will discuss one interesting topic, which is CI/CD pipeline, like code deployment using the AWS service. So what we have to do basically, first we need to go and create two roles. So we will go and create roles, search in IAM. So you will go to IAM, then you have to create two roles. Okay, I am going to create two roles here. So these two roles are very much required for a deployment. Okay, I am going to create roles. So if it is, look at here that you can create here, or from here also you can create it. So I will go and click here. So here is their option that we can create a role. I will create a create role. So I am creating the create role for the EC2 instance. So I needed two EC2 role. First one I am creating the EC2 instance. So where I have to give a permission to deploy the code automatically. So I am creating here EC2, selecting EC2 instance. Okay, and here other services are there which I am not required, but I am going to create a EC2. So then I will go next. So as soon as I go next, right, here is a possible, we have to say the search it code deploy. So once you search it here, you are able to see this here. Okay, Amazon EC2 role for AWS code deployment. So please select this. Okay, and don't do anything, just click on next. So and give a name for this. Okay, I am going to give EC2 code deploy. So I am going to create a name for the role. Which role is it? So I am not going to change any other things, just I am creating a role. Okay, so you can go here and create a role. So your role is going to create. So your role is created. As we discussed, we need to have two roles now. So I am creating one more role, which is for the deployment, like code deploy role. So if you look at here, same place I am there, but here I am not going to for EC2, I am going for the code deployment. So if you click on the drop down, you will be able to see a code deployment. So how to search here, the below. Okay, you can see here there is an option called code deploy. So we are creating a code deploy. In this option, okay, there are other options are there, lambda and all. We are going for a plain code deploy. Select this and then click on the next. So you will be able to see the AWS is already selecting pre policies. Okay, AWS code deploy role already is there, right? It is selecting. Just I am not going to do any changes. Okay, I am clicking next, and I am giving a name for this. Okay, code deploy role I given. So I am going to not going to do anything. I am just creating a create role. So click on create role. Okay, so you can see that there are two roles has been created now here. Now what we have to do, we have to go and create an EC2 instance. So either you click on the services, you will be able to see EC2 here. Either you can search it from the here. So I am going to use this. Okay, please click on the EC2. Okay, and I am selecting the region as Virginia. So you can go here and click in the instance. So as of now, I don't have any instances. I am going to create a new instance. Okay, or CICD. I am creating CICD as a one instance, and I am selecting the Amazon Linux. So I prefer to use Amazon Linux. It's up to your requirement. You can use any other services. Okay, and I selected a free tier because it's I am providing as a demo. So I don't want any other machines doing that. If you want, you can change according to what and all you required. But if you require detail about the instance creation, the already video is available. So you can refer it in the playlist. So you go and select the key, or if you want, you can create new one. But I have already, I am selecting the same one. Okay, for security groups, I am selecting the default one. Okay, I will going to detail about the what and all the ports is available in this. So very much important is that there are two activities. One is that the already we created the roles for EC2 instance code deployment, like auto code deployment, which is available here. We have to select this. So if you look at right, whatever we created, I am selecting here. And one more thing, I am updating the user data, like use data, we call it as, right. This is the data what happens which will be run as soon as the deployment or machine restarts it. So, if you look at my Git repository, I will be sharing the details in the link of this repository. If you go here, right, this link, you can see in the readme I have added the couple of code. Just copy this. It has the bash command and update system. Okay. For the code deployment, we need to use the Ruby is required, and wget is I am installing. From the user CD I am going to the user, okay, EC2 user, and this is what is we are downloading from the Amazon, okay, and then we are installing on that. So, what I am going to do, I am going to copy this full, okay, from here, and I will go back to the instance and just I will paste it here. We do not want to do any other changes here, just we are using as it is. So, two things very much required, this is required. If you do not want this, you can directly log into SSH and then you can do it, but I prefer please do this. And very much important that you have to select the role which you are selected as a profile for this instance. So, I am launching an instance, click launch instance. So, launching an instance, it will take around 5 minutes of a time to get this active. Okay. If you look at here, right, that now it is in a pending state. So, meanwhile, what we do, we will go and create a code deploy. So, we go here in the search as a code deploy, okay. Okay, code pipeline is there, okay. So, click here. See, if you look at this here, right, you came to the deployment tool, okay. So, here it is there code deploy. So, you have to go to the code deploy first, click here applications, and you do not have any applications which already configured. So, what we have to do, we have to go and create a application. So, we will give an application called AWS CICD, okay, I am giving it, and very much important that which platform we are running in. So, if you look at here, right, we are using the EC2 instance, or if you are using Lambda and ECS and something, if you want you can use it, but we are using as per demo EC2 instance. I am selecting a EC2 because the code will go and deploy into the EC2 machine. So, I am going to create it. So, if you see this, I created the application, and as soon as I create applications, immediate step I have to create an deployment group. Okay. So, I am going to create a deployment group which is very much required for the deployment CICD DP deployment group. So, here we have to select the role whichever we discussed about the one more code deployment role which we created. Earlier we created two roles, one is for the EC2, one is for code deployment. Here it is showing the code deployment role. So, we have to select this, using this only it will deploy the privileges. So, if you look at here, we do not want auto scaling because we are doing the as per demo simple EC2 instance. So, we do not want to have any auto scaling group attached to this. So, I do not want to change anything, I am keeping all this same. Here is one more important, whenever you wanted to have the deployment settings like all at once, or you want to have the part off or what one time. So, here I am selecting all at once. So, other things we are not going to do. For me, I do not require any enabling load balancer because I am running a only single machine. If I have multiple machines, I may need to use, but here I have single, I do not want it, I am unchecking it the load balancer. So, I am granting the load balancer. So, it is going to, okay. Here it is asking the name of the machines, okay, CICD. If you look at here, that we have to select which machine is going to be or which instance is using to use. So, I created last one RCICD, okay. So, I am creating for that. So, I will go and create a group. Okay. Here what we are trying to done it, we created the application, then we created the deployment group also for the application whichever we created, application and group. So, immediately what we have to do, so now we have to go and create a pipeline for this, okay, where it will get the data into that. See, if you come here, click on the pipeline. So, currently we do not have any other pipelines, just I am going to create a pipeline and click a pipeline, okay. It will ask you the pipeline name, okay, AWS CICD pipeline. So, I am creating a CICD pipeline, okay. Here new service or existing roles you are talking about. So, I am not going to change any other things here, just I am creating. So, I do not require any other changes. These are the logs to be written where default it will go to the S3 bucket as of now. So, we will keep it, we do not want to change any other things in it. Okay. I am clicking on next here. Okay. It is very much important part is this, is asking that where you want to get, like you want to get the code from where, either you want to get from ECS or S3 bucket or. So, here I am selecting the Git. So, I want to get the code from the, or deploy code from the, or read code from the Git. So, this is the latest version. I recommend you to use Git version 2. Okay. As soon as I click it, right, it will go and check what and all is there. So, is there any options? So, here it is there option where I have to go and connect that version of it. Okay. What exactly I am going to do? Okay. I have to connect my Git here. So, if you look at here, it is keying. Okay. I have to give a name for this. Okay. AWS CICD. Okay. Git. So, what happens here? I have to connect. So, once I am click on the connect. Okay, it will take me to the login for the Git. So, there are two possibilities. If you look at here, either if already existing is there, it will show here. If it is already mine is there. If I do not have it, I will go and click here. Okay. So, once you click here, it will ask you what and all you want to do it. So, it will show the, if it is already logged in, it will show login, otherwise you have to go here and log in here. Okay. It will ask me to log in. Okay. I am logging in, just I am confirming. If you look at here in this configurations, I am going to give the selected repository. So, I am giving the permission only for this repository which I am able to show here. See, if you look at here, right, this is the repository I am giving the access to the instance. So, I have done it. Okay. So, okay, I will go back because already I have done it, I have not done any changes. So, if I giving the all, it will go to all the repositories, but I do not want to do it. Okay, I will give it for the special repository, whatever is there, I will click on save. Okay. See, it will automatically went back to that. Okay. Do you want to cancel? If you look at here, it is already assigned machine. So, I am going to connect, click. As soon as my connection is went, see, it has been closed. If you see this, it is my Git has been successfully synced. Okay. Then here I have to select my repository name, which repository I am using. So, if you look at here, AWS Code Deploy, I put it. So, then which branch code you wanted to take, this is most important. So, maybe if you are looking at the production separate branch and development separate branch, you have to select which appropriate branch you have to take in up. So, output I am taking as a code line. Okay. So, I am clicking next. See, here very much required, it is asking about the build provider. So, anything if you are looking for the code build or Jenkins, if you are using, you have to specify. But in my case, I am using the AWS Code Deploy. So, I am going to skip this. Okay, skip. So, once I skip it, right, it will ask me that what exactly the data has to be taken. If you look at here, right, you can see this, I am going to use the AWS Code Deploy. So, I am selecting this. Okay, it will asking the Virginia, where is my application. See, here the most important part, wherever we create already application name and group, right, we have to select that. Okay, this application we created, from this application you have to select, and this is the deployment group. So, once you create, click on next. So, if you look at here, okay, things all the you can see review here. Okay, what and all is there. So, I will go into create here, click on the create pipeline. So, once the pipeline has been created, okay, what we have to do first, we have to go and see, you can see that what and all is code deployment happening, from there it is trying to deploy it. So, meanwhile, what we will do, okay, it is deploying it. Meanwhile, I have to go and enable the ports for EC2 instance. Actually, security groups, whatever we added, go here. And if you look at here, there is one running instance is running. So, if you select here in the security group, you can see which instance you have been captured. If you look at here below, right, okay, it is in all enabled. In case of this default, it is all the security is enabled. I do not think so, it is an issue. But here, which is required badly, you have to enable the port 80, okay, which is very much required. I will go here, okay, and edit inbound rules, and I will add a role, okay, HTTP I will put, HTTP I will put. So, then from anywhere. I am enabling HTTP also, okay, and I will create one more SSH also. If it is there anything, I can log into the service. So, save. So, if you look at now, the instance is running. If you look at here, I will go to the instances, okay, details of it. So, this is my public IP. If I control and click, it will open the new tab. So, if you look at it is trying to load the page, hopefully it is going for HTTPS, but it should be HTTP. See, if you look at here, this is my code has been deployed from the source, because I have not deployed any code, but it is my pipeline has been deployed. If you look at here, it is deployed. See, deployment succeeded and deployed. So, how do we verify if it changes anything? Okay, if you look at this, right? Okay, what I will do it now, I will go to the repository of a Git, then okay, I will go to the GitHub and I will do the small changes in the same repository. Okay, in the file, I will go here. After this, congratulations, I will put edit. Okay, congratulations. Hello Ram, I will put here. Okay. So, I put a test commits. So, if you look at here, as soon as I committed, right, you look at my see, if you look at currently it is not understood. So, immediately as soon as I committed, it starts the process of building the project. Okay, it starts reading the data from the Git and trying to deploy. If you look at that source, it is trying to get the source. Okay, see, it is as soon as source has been succeeded and it is trying to deploy. If you look at here, it is in progress. Basically, what happens? It is based on the volume of changes. It takes the time. Okay, I will show that as well. Okay. So, you will it's a very simple procedure, just we need to have a couple of configuration need to be done, okay, which makes the life simple and will not avoid the lots of confusions going to the instance and going SSH and doing the git pull. So, this all conflicts will be avoided. So, if you look at here, right, this has been done. So, if you go to this browser, now you see this, I will go and refresh this page, that changes should have been hello Ram. See, this is what I am added into the extra in it. So, if you look at here, right, this how things can be done as automated. So, most of the our efforts and all can be reduced. So, what I will do, I will try one more time. Okay, I will retain the previous changes what I have done it. Okay, I will go and again the same file. If you look at the same file, I am trying to update. Okay, this file is available publicly, so you can access it. So, what I will do, I will take off this changes whatever I have done it. Okay, remove changes. So, I am committing it. So, if you look at here, as soon as I commit, right, see this, now it starts again building. Okay, it is the real time trying to understand that what we have selected the option that as soon as any commits is happening, it should go and read the data and deploy into the process. So, what exactly we are trying to do in this code, I will explain that part. Okay, now, okay, just I will show that how much time it takes to finish it up, because it is a very small change I have done it, it will not take even a minute. Okay. So, it is already I think see Git say it got the code success and it is trying to deploy it. Okay. As soon as it is ready, so we will able to see these changes here. Okay. I will go and try to refresh. So, as it came, see if you look at right, this it is gone. So, what and all behind the configuration is there? If you go to my GitHub file, right, it is very much similar and simple. There is only two files in it. Okay. One is the HTML file, but this is the most important file app, okay, space.yml. This is the file AWS is looking for it. Okay, it is required this file very much. It tells about the version, it is about the which machine you are using. Okay, it has to give the Linux or whatever it may be, and where is your files. Okay, what is your source? My file is the index.html and the location is placed in like this location, it has to be in the var www html. Okay. And before installations, I am requesting it to, there is a 2 dependencies are there that has to be installed, and once it has been deployed, we have to restart the services and the stop service and start service, okay, as a root. So, if you look at these 3 files also, I have located in the scripts. Okay. It is very one line commands is there in that also. If you go to scripts, you can see here there is one file which has only that, see, I am installing the HTTPD, it is an Apache, I am trying to install it. So, I am start and stop is only those conditions I am using it. But in case if you require any other, see, for example, if you are doing a bigger applications, like for example, you are deploying the Node.js applications. So, it required is dependencies. So, all the dependencies can be added into the installer dependencies. You put all the dependencies in it and then it runs it. So, how I put it, like for example, if you go here, right, whenever machine starts, right, I put all my dependencies in the user data. So, if it this and all. So, similar things, if you require anything related to the productions or applications, we need to install our instruments to put it into this and just commit it, and where it has to deploy, what are the activity we do. So, I think that is it from my side. If you have any other queries, clarifications, please comment. Okay. Please subscribe and share the channel. Okay. Thank you.